Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha. So today we are back with another foundation test. Woo! Today I'm going to be testing out the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour liquid foundation. I have heard a lot of people say really great things about this foundation, so I'm pretty excited to test it out. For reference, I have acne prone and I have oily skin. The Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation retails at Ulta for $11.99. I got shade Porcelain 110, and the details read, be your own professional makeup artist with Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. Saturated color pigments provide an ultra transforming effect in this long-lasting foundation. The lightweight yet high-impact coverage formula glides onto the skin for a flawless finish that lasts all day. Oil-free, doesn't clog pores, dermatologist tested, full coverage foundation with a seamless finish, evens out, camouflages and enhances, minimizes the appearance of flaws and imperfections, glides onto the skin for smooth and breathable wear. It also reads on the bottle that it is a seamless matte finish and fade and transfer resistant. The doesn't clog pores is huge for me as I do have acne prone skin. I did use this once before. It was on a day where I was too busy to do an official wear test. Let's get into it. I'm going to apply the foundation with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. This foundation does have a pump, one full pump on there. I am going to be wearing a mask for a little bit today. So yeah, we're going to see how this foundation pans out even with the mask. So this was one pump on this side of my face. I would say that their claim of full coverage is true. Yeah, shade match is pretty good. Let's do one more pump on the other side of my face. I would say that this is definitely a full coverage foundation. I am very impressed with the coverage. Here's a close-up of one layer on my skin. Ignore my eyebrows, I am growing them out. I think it looks pretty good. I would be totally fine just leaving this one layer, which is great. You know, whenever you're wearing face makeup, a lot of times you want to use as little as possible, at least I do, but I am gonna just add a tiny bit just to test out how it builds. Half a pump, test out how this builds on my cheek area. Okay, yeah, built super nice. I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer. We're gonna go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Fair Warm. And now I'm going to set down the foundation and my concealer with some Coty Airspun. So usually when I wear liquid foundation, I like to set it down a little bit further with at least a light dusting of powder foundation. I have oily skin, so powder works great for me, and it just adds a hint more coverage. I have to say, I don't really feel the need to do that today, but I am just going to take a tiny bit of my JCat Aquassurance in shade Porcelain on the cheek area and the chin area, barely, hardly any at all. And then I'm gonna take just a tiny bit more Coty Airspun in my T-zone where I get the oiliest. So yeah, I would say I'm powdered down now, obviously. The Maybelline Superstay had a pretty semi-matte finish, like my L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation, like that's a matte foundation when it dries down. The Maybelline Superstay wasn't that extreme in the matteness, but it's definitely not like a dewy foundation either. Here is how we look after our base is done. I think it looks really good. Very impressed. I'm happy. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Here is the makeup for today. Pretty minimal, nothing too fancy. Here's a close-up. So far, I would say I really like this foundation. I like the finish. It wasn't like too matte where it was like drying. I really enjoyed that, especially for a day where I'm gonna be wearing makeup for a long day. That is really nice for my oily skin for sure. As far as it working with my other products, everything went smoothly. Yeah, so far so good, but we all know the real test is a test of time. Let's start the wear test. We're gonna do 10 hours today. I will see you at my next check-in. All right, we have made it to 5.5 hours. I'm not at my apartment, but here's how we are looking. Oils are definitely starting to come through a little bit, but so far so good. Alright guys, I'm back. We have reached the 10-hour mark. So here is a close-up of how we look. I'm trying to look for problem areas. I'm not really seeing any. Maybe around my mouth a little bit. Nostril. Not the best, not the worst. Overall, the foundation has stood its ground. For me, I think where this foundation really shines is the coverage. I think of all the liquid drugstore foundations I've tried, this has the best coverage that I've used. And for me, whenever my skin's not doing the best, I will opt for a more full coverage foundation. And if I can get good coverage with less product, that's great. As far as the wear time, I think it did good. I don't think it wore better than the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. In my opinion, I think they wore pretty similar, but the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear doesn't have quite as good coverage. I mean, it's been 10 hours and my skin still, like, it doesn't feel super heavy makeup-y. It still feels pretty lightweight. Obviously not as light as when I first put it on because I do have my oils. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to use that much liquid foundation to get good coverage. I think that really contributed to my skin feeling really light. Because it kind of had like a semi-matte finish, I didn't feel the need to really douse on the powder. My makeup doesn't feel heavy at all. So overall, I think this is a great foundation, especially if you're looking for an affordable drugstore option that has good coverage. I think the Maybelline Superstay is gonna be your girl. If you're looking for a drugstore long-wearing foundation that's more towards a medium coverage, I would recommend the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. Let's not forget that this is actually the second time I've used my Maybelline Superstay. It wore pretty much the same the first time as well. 2 for 2, long wearing, doesn't break up. I like it. I'm happy with my purchase. I could definitely see myself repurchasing this. Oh, I did wear a mask today for a little bit. I wasn't wearing it for hours on end. I had no transfer. So I think that's all I have for today. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you get a notification every time I post. Give this video a thumbs up. I have a bunch more wear tests on my channel, so check those out. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Bye.